Denma tools to be viable there.
I see.
But
and you think Dudutsai will use that?
He might. I've seen him use it, but no, like
On the set, yeah.
Dudutsai just is. He very much plays to win. Some people might call him lame, and he might like use the ledge. Is the long and short of it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And some people just don't want to fight him. Like I think there was like a little thing, and he knows how to get rests. He knows, and then how to play with the lead as well.
Wow, that was a really quick matchup.
And there was like a little documentary thing I think about Captain Smuckers, and at one point they mentioned Dudutsai. Some people know what I'm talking about, but Tempo playing Sheik. I have seen Sai lose to. We have a Sheik by the name of Razen around. He lives in New Hampshire, I think, but he's active around Boston.
Right.
And Razen has definitely taken sets off of Sai. Other Sheiks have pushed him. And as we were talking about, it seems to not be the worst matchup for Sheik.
Not anymore, at least. And I mean, compared to the set with Spark, it looks really different. The choices from Tempo are pretty far from the choices Spark was taking. So we have seen, to his credit, quite a few back airs in certain situations, but he's spacing them differently, and then he's sort of playing a much more grounded style than we saw from Spark earlier.
Yeah.
Only reason I comparing him to Spark, we saw it this commentary block, and he did very, very well.
Yeah.
It looked like a revolution in the matchup to me.
It was impressive.
Yeah, Tempo trying to play a grounded style, which I guess will work against a lot of Puff's options if you do it just right, but he's going to have to find himself. Yep, he's down right now, the edge guard, a whole stock at this point.
Just the time to get up. Every character able to do that to Sheik, I believe. Wow, nice use of the pound.
Yep.
Read into the next dimension, but
definitely charge all the needles first. A little optimization. I always think it's kind of cool when Sheiks do that. I don't know. I appreciate that sort of thing.
yeah, for sure.
Because you're like, I can't get a punish. Let me charge some needles. Or like, Samus will do the charge shot or whatever.
I mean, this is a thinking person's game, you know?
Yeah. I really like the wait for a move to down smash from Tempo. Looks like he's composed himself a little bit. He's actually getting more patient as the set progresses. Yeah, so instead of, here's the difference that I'm seeing with these back airs. Dudutsai's playing actually also pretty close to the ground, similar to how Michael was closer to the end of the set. And that's when Spark started to mix it up away from the back airs. Tempo's kind of using the back airs like falling to try to fall on top of them, rather than scooping Puff while Puff's already in the air.
Sai with a cheeky fair there, catching a stage spike. And I mean, and then a nice read and punish. But he saw no reason not to throw out the fair. It caught the stock then. I mean, Sai's pretty experienced at this point. He's traveled, he's been playing for a long time, and it's very difficult to beat in tournament.
Okay.
And he's much more willing to throw out rests than I feel like most other Puffs that I know and see.
And I mean, in this matchup, as we've seen, there's not a huge punish for it, so it's probably worth going for it.
Right.
Okay, we get the needles. Yeah, I like the aerial needles against Puff. When she's on the ground, it takes her a little bit to sort of wind up and get into the air, get her air mobility started, so the needles can really stop her.
Huh. Wow. Able to recover and then like take center stage very quickly.
Okay, finds a way off the top platform. He does. It looks like he was going to try to space a fair on the ground. Something else I'd like to see from Tempo, perhaps, is he's doing a lot of these late aerials, sort of like, all right, you're on the ground, you're probably going to stay there, I'll try to hit you on my way down in a safe way. And that's exactly when Dudutsai takes off. And then he puts out a move first. Rising aerials, or maybe staying on the ground and using a grounded normal, might be the way to contest the takeoff of Dudutsai when they're right next to each other. Yep, a stage spike from Tempo. That was really tricky. A double poof when you keep yourself on the stage instead of getting the ledge.
Yeah, there's some pretty obscure like Sheik recovery tricks.
Yep. A lot of Sheiks like still don't shorten. Maybe you can shorten Sheik's up B.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like that's like really good. You can actually create some 50-50s on recovery with it.
Especially because it's the the type of obscurity that a lot of people versus Sheik aren't even aware of themselves.
Yeah, you could actually watch it happen and not see it because it looks almost the same. You're just like, wow, that must be a crazy angle because it didn't look like she went very far. And like in reality, she actually didn't go as far. And it takes the same amount of time, making it like even more ambiguous.
Tempo with the lead, percent-wise. I mean, not a huge lead, but
Dudutsai with a positional advantage until that forward smash misses. Did not expect an immediate roll from Tempo.
nice shield drop there. Battlefield kind of looking, he's just looking more comfortable here. It makes sense. Probably Sheik's best stage.
Yeah, and the way he wants to play the matchup, right, kind of facing forwards, and he's actually willing to use the platforms now. A big adaptation from him, and it's really easy to do so on Battlefield, mainly because Sheik's short hop and full hop both go, like, right next to the platforms. The short hop right below the platform, the full hop right on top.
Yeah. Oh. Getting hit by the poof never feels good.
Nice spaced fair. And it looks like that's Tempo's MO. He's really good at spacing that fair when Puff remains on the ground or shields. And Dudutsai's like counterplay has been to like sort of get out of there early before the aerial's even able to connect.
Tempo avoided one like fishing attempt there, and it seemed like just the experience earlier getting caught in a similar way. He's like kind of willing to play the games with Sai by the ledge, and that could cost him.
Okay, you have Tempo controlling the stage. Not poised enough, or maybe didn't think he was in position to punish the missed smash. Okay, he runs all the way across the stage and charges some needles. Hits him. Okay, a lot of damage. At this point, like, how much does damage actually mean to you?
I guess like down throw fair will kill from maybe certain parts of the stage, but not all parts and stuff like that.
Could be.
Sai's not been too successful in his like reads on these Sheik near ledge instances.
And like, there's one of the adaptations we were looking for. It was off the ledge, but he did rising fair instead of falling fair. That made a difference. He hit before Dudutsai even got a move out.
Yeah.
Tempo, like, not with the same baseline game plan we saw from Spark. Not as dominant of a game for that reason, but its adjustments have been incredible.
Agreed. But costly flub there. I mean, gets 2 hits with his invulnerability. Last stock, though, you always know rest is an option.
Fair's going to do it. And you know, we've seen back and forth intellectual gameplay pretty much this whole commentary block, partially probably because we've seen a lot of puffs. And
Yeah.
I don't know who's... I assume Dudutsai, being the player that he is already thought about what he needs to do a little differently to set. He's collected some extra data towards the end of that game, and I can't wait to see what he pulls out.
Pretty classic choice of Dreamland.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Most
out of 3.
space
I thought
to-
it would be banned, but I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder what he did there.
It's me. FD, is that something you banned? I don't know. I don't think so.
I guess so, especially with how effective.
Using platforms?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
could
game
be.
2, it helped him a lot.
It's just going to be so... I mean, a lot of the times, I think in the past, we overemphasized how important like the kill power was, how important it was to have far close blast zones. In this matchup, I think it might actually be understated. Puff lives so much longer, and you have to win so many more exchanges as Sheik, or the other way around.
True.
So it actually like changes the complexion of the matchup. Nair out of shield, very tricky. Run up shield stop, nair out of shield.
Not able to get the roll read on both platforms. Some more neutral. Damn, no attempt to even bother.
Tilt on shield, they both roll. Pretty much resets the situation exactly. Up air is going to do the trick. Still an even game on game 3.
For sure, and a big stage coupled with Puff being, kind of slow, but he drops right down to the middle, able to get an engagement from his invincibility.
Who's going to qualify for the bracket? It comes down to these last 3 stocks for each player. Tempo, I can only assume, played the player we just saw before this, Adamus, many times.
Okay. Yeah, he seems to have experience against Puff.
Yeah, and Dudutsai and Adamus do play pretty differently, but it's just been really impressive adaptation. And Dudutsai is going to have to change something up just a little bit. He's not way behind, but I definitely think he's on his back foot in the adaptation battle. Well, that was some slick movement. Tempo's really moving now. Strong fair. Swats Jigglypuff into the right blast zone. Stock advantage. Needles from the air. Yeah, he's been able to control where Dudutsai's able to fly so well in his recent stocks.
He's either like charging and shooting needles, or he's moving around threateningly and throwing out aerials that are just connecting very often.
I think I see Dudutsai's adaptation just coming through now. Tempo was winning the boxing war when you're up close. Dudutsai is now pulling himself a little bit farther away before engaging. He's a little stronger with his longer hitboxes from that mid-range. That's where he wants to use his back air. We'll see if it's like early enough to turn the whole game around and what Tempo's going to do about it.
That was an adventurous bear. Nice read.
Yeah, I love how Dudutsai's been adjusting his spacing.
Sai nair up tilting, it seemed. And I don't know, you can get stocks off that, but at the same time, if people
I mean, they recognize
know
it these
about
days,
it,
right?
yeah, everyone's aware of the different tools.
Dangerous pound gets crouch canceled. I really like how he just like took a safe poke with that back air, didn't try to hang out near the shield too much, because Tempo's been doing that nair out of shield pretty consistently. This could be a big punish. No rest, instead gets a bunch of percent.
Yeah, I don't think rest would have killed.
No, I don't think so either. And neither will that up air. Couple needles. Yep, the back air from deep. Basically, size adjustment is he's taking threes now.
Yeah.
From beyond the arc. Another nair does not quite KO. Yeah, so I guess part of Tempo's adjustment, the nair is a lot straighter than the back air, and he's using the nair and the forward air to control aerial space rather than the back air like he planned on at the beginning.
And some of these run-up down smashes have been really good for him.
And Tempo, like, super impressing me, using fair to control the ground, nair to control the air, and back air to control if he's underneath. I mean, that covers everything. So it's up to Dudutsai to change it into a battle of horizontal spacing instead of vertical.
A really strong sequence there from Tempo.
Forward smash. Okay, I think Sai's getting a little antsy. You see it?
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to make something happen. I totally understand. He needs this stock and then an explosive finisher on the next one. Because at this point, a grab's going to KO. A forward air is going to put him in a horrible position. He has to be careful.
Good combo DI.
Off the stage as he gets the edge guard. Goes for a nair. Not quite going to do it. Reads the roll. Doesn't execute.
Tempo just playing pretty smart. And
we're alive. Sai comes in from far away. Not going to be able to convert it into an up air. Forward air does it. Super impressive set from Tempo. I can hardly believe the way the first few stocks looked, that he ended up looking that dominant at the end of the set.
Yeah, the adaptation was real.
Yeah.
He was almost every hitbox attempt, it seemed like was clipping. I mean, the down tilts, the aerials as he was kind of wave landing off the top platform and such.